I covered your only today we discuss. So hypothesis testing. One by one. So suppose you want to find that you want to test the null hypothesis for a large sample where sigma is known. What is the formula? Discuss with me. X bar minus mu 0 by sigma by square root of n. Clear? Hello. So only today discussion class, which already I have discussed. Today's division class. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So if you have a n is large, and variance is known variance, then for testing the hypothesis we use these things. For example, suppose n equal to 50 and your sample mean equal to suppose 30, and you want to find null hypothesis mu equal to 20, then and the variance against mu greater than 20. Sample mean this, and variance, population variance is suppose 6. Okay. Hello. Only discuss. Don't write these things. That's why I'm taking the example in. Hello. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here it is which cell? Which cell it is?
Right then.
Right. So it is a Z test because variance is given, that is population variance, sample mean given, so you can do this things. Here, then if it is a 0.05, then it is that is alpha by 2, alpha by 2 1.96. If it is 0.10, then alpha by 2 it is 1.645 like this. Okay. Suppose same thing given. A large sample mean 30, but population variance is not given. Sample variance given. Suppose sample variance is equal to 5. Then also you use Z test. Clear? But instead of sigma, we write what? X bar minus mu 0 s by square root of n. Why use these things? Because here the sample is more than, greater than, equal to 30. We have a large sample. If we have a large sample, it is approximately, normal distribution is approximately equal to your t distribution. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then suppose same thing given, same data given. Okay? And same data given, suppose variance, population variance is given sigma equal to 6 given. But it is not a testing the hypothesis. It is the confidence interval. What is the 95% confidence interval? Then what is the formula? What will be the formula? Please interact. X bar minus, hello,
Z alpha by 2.
Z alpha by 2, then what is it?
Sigma by root
Sigma by square root of n.
n.
This is standard error. Then next step, we want to find mean, suppose mean, then x bar plus Z alpha by 2 sigma by square root of n. Here, this is same as your two-tailed test. Why it is same as two-tailed test? The two-tailed test and confidence interval are related with each other. because in 210 we use Z alpha by 2. Here, if it is a single tail, greater less than 0 or greater than 0. In this case, we take Z alpha. If it right tail, we take Z alpha. If it is a left tail, we take Z minus alpha. Here, if it is a two tail, then we take two tail Z alpha by 2 minus Z alpha by 2. Got it? Got it? Are बुझेला? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, so for the relationship between the hypothesis testing and the confidence interval we got from the where? If it is a two tail. If a two tail, then easily you can find two tail. See the figure two tail. So this is the confidence interval. This is the interval. If I say the 95% interval, this is the 95% interval between minus z by 2 to plus z by 2. That's why the relationship between the hypothesis testing and the confidence interval both are coming from the two tail. Why two tail? According to the figure, we will get this thing. If we take a single tail, then can you get an interval? Can you get interval? Gunjan.
Yes, sir.
If I have a single tail, so can you get an interval?
No, sir.
No, sir.
One side is either this side or this side. So that's why if we have a two tail, then it is related to your confidence interval. Got it? Bujiela?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, if the sample is less, very less, means generally it is assumed that T n less than equal to 30, less than 30, we take the T distribution. Clear? Suppose generally if you have a n equal to 5 and sample variance given, means variance is unknown. Then instead of that you use t test, and t test is x bar minus mu 0 by, since the sample is less, we have a sample variance, so we write s by square root of n. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If it is a single tail, suppose mu equal to mu 0, either mu greater than mu 0 or mu less than mu 0, then you take what? T alpha. Or what? How many degree of freedom? Hello? Please respond.
N minus 1.
N minus 1 degree of freedom. Okay. If it is two tail, then you find T alpha by 2, same concept, with n minus 1 degree of freedom. Then question is there any relationship between the testing hypothesis and confidence interval? Yes, it is for two tail, because it is same as your normal distribution, T distribution, because it's same as your normal distribution. Then if a two tail, then this is T alpha by 2, this is minus T alpha by 2. So if we have two values, then we can get a confidence interval, and that interval is known as confidence interval. And if you go through the testing hypothesis, the interval is your acceptance region, and the rest are the rejected region. Got it? Bujiela?
Yes,
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then what is for this case? Suppose n equal to 5, x bar is given, sample x bar is given, suppose 20. Then s is given, sample variance is given is 5. Then question is find the confidence interval. which formula you will apply? Yes, tell me the formula.
X bar
Find the
minus
confidence interval of the mean. X bar
minus T alpha by 2.
T alpha by 2. Why T alpha by 2? Why T
T
alpha by 2?
Oh, double two tails.
Because sigma is known and sigma is unknown and sample size is very less. Then S
by root n.
Mu, then X bar minus cross B by N by S by U. Got it? Bujela? Bujela?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are Bujela, actually I had discussed everything, but you maybe will be confused which method apply where. That's why I'm taking today's class. Today is actually class is suspended. Do you want to welcome or what is this? I don't know. What they are doing. Okay. Then, Bujela, relationship between confidence interval and the testing hypothesis.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, suppose you have had two samples. लेखन देख सुना ये लिखा तो लिखो मुझे किसी एग्जांपल लाऊंगी तो मैं कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर कर दूंगा टू सैंपल ओके टू सैंपल में सपोज इट इज x1 another is x2 clear and here variance is known means sigma 1 square equal to sigma 2 square it is known then hypothesis testing. What is the hypothesis testing? Of mean. Hypothesis of mean is H0 mu1 equal to mu2. Or you can write mu1 less than equal to mu2 because I said that always it is equal to. If like this, then H1 will be mu1 greater than mu2 or mu1 less than mu2 or mu1 not equal to mu2. These two are known as one tail, this is known as two tail. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If the question is given that the difference between them is greater than some point, so you take the difference between this, you first take it is, suppose it is greater than 5. So you write that it is equal to 5. Then greater than 5 means mu1 minus mu2 greater than 5. If it is not given any unit, that means interval is 0. 0 means, so that interval mu1 equal to mu2 and here you can write mu1 greater than mu2. Bujela?
Yes, sir.
Then, before that I have written there, one thing I have written here, either it will be like this or like this. So this should be your null hypothesis. If this is null hypothesis, your alternate hypothesis should be the complement of this. So in null hypothesis, you remember, a equal sign must be there. It may be less than equal to, may be greater than equal to, or equal to. According to the null hypothesis, we choose the alternate hypothesis. Got it? Bujela?
Yes, sir.
Bujela? If the variance is known, which formula will apply? Which test? Z test.
Z test.
What is Z test formula? X bar, X1 bar.
X1 bar minus X2 bar.
Minus mu1 minus mu.
Mu1 minus mu.
Not mu1 minus mu2. That is exactly you can write what is that?
So D0.
D0. Or you can write the difference of the 0. Okay. Then, yes, what is this? What is this? Anybody?
Root over of sigma 1 square by N1.
Good. N1? Yeah. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then, if it is two tail, in single tail, already I have discussed single tail will not find the confidence interval. Because if it is a right tail, you find here to test hypothesis, you find here what? Z alpha. Means this side. Right tail. If it is a left tail, you find which side? This side. Minus Z alpha. If it is a two tail, then you find alpha by 2. This is your interval. Clear? Same thing. What is the confidence interval? What is the confidence interval of this? Already I discussed. Shivam.
Sir, x1 bar minus x2 bar
Then
minus z alpha by 2,
Z
then
alpha by 2.
root over sigma 1.
This term. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then mu1
Minus
minus
mu2.
then x plus. Bujela? Bujela?
Yes, sir.
Then if sample is less, if both the sample is less and variance is unknown, then what will do?
Hold
Come everyone.
t-test.
T-test.
T-test. What is T formula? x1 bar, x2 bar, or I have written that b. Then what is this? This is important.
Square.
Huh?
st square root over of 1 by
SP. What is SP?
Pooled
Pooled
variance.
variance.
Then 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. Where SP square. Pool variance. This is pool standard deviation. Pool variance equal to what is pool variance? N1 minus 1 x1 square plus N2 minus 1 x2 square by this practice.
n1 minus n2
N1 minus 1
n1 plus n2 minus n2.
minus 1. That means what? That means N1 plus N2 minus. Yes, sir? Clear? Are you learning? You add these two.
Yes,
You
sir.
add these two, you get this thing. Okay? Then, when you find for singleton, you find T alpha by 2, T alpha, yes or no? For singleton.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the degree of freedom? When you find T alpha.
n1 plus n2 minus 2.
Plus n2 minus 2.
This one. N1 plus N2 minus 2. Here, if it two tail, instead of T alpha, what you find? T
Alpha by 2.
alpha by 2. What is the degree of freedom? N1 plus N2 minus. Got it? Are Bujela?
Yes, sir.
Then, what I said, suppose you want to find the confidence interval. Confidence interval means two tail. Same thing, you write there. Can you find these things? Are yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the confidence interval formula? Tell me.
So x1 minus x2 bar
minus
minus t alpha by 2.
T. I have written plus or
Alpha.
minus here. Plus or minus. This side minus, this side plus. T alpha by 2.
Then sp root over.
SP double, no? SP.
Then root over 1.
That is SP. That is SP. 8 talk. Hello? Clear?
Yes.
I have written plus and minus. Bujela.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then pair test. Pair test means both the samples are dependent with each other. These are things already we have discussed. One pair means they are independent. Also, I have skipped something. What I have skipped? I have skipped one thing. I have skipped, that is sigma 1 square equal to sigma 2 square, but sample is very less. So I have skipped this one. Not necessary now. Take a last part time and follow it. Example for your future. Not in your course. I'll discuss. मुझे आप पढ़ के डिस्कशन कर सकते हैं पढ़े. Then pair test. What is the pair test? What is the procedure? In pair test, sample must be same. Here, because dependent sample must be same. So anything. Then what you find D? D means difference between two samples. Here, then your null hypothesis. Your null hypothesis. What about null hypothesis? Mu D means difference equal to 0. Alternate hypothesis may be greater than 0, may be less than 0, may be not equal to 0. If greater than 0, right tail, less than 0, left tail, not equal to 0, two tail. Clear? So first you find the difference. So you obviously you will get the less number data, because dependent data means less number data. You use for T distribution. Here the formula is T, same formula. Then you write what is the formula? D bar minus mu D0 by what is it here?
SD.
SD, standard deviation of the difference, by square root of n. So I have written T, so you use the T distribution. For first two tests, you use T alpha by T alpha with degree of freedom, with a degree of freedom, with a degree of freedom
N minus 1.
n minus 1, because here is n minus 1. For two tail, instead of same figure, because it is coming from the normal distribution, for right tail T alpha, if it is left tail then it is minus T alpha, if it is two tail then it is T alpha by 2 minus T alpha by 2. So you get T alpha by 2 with n minus 1 degree of freedom. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then confidence interval. Then what is the confidence interval? D bar minus what I write?
T alpha.
Alpha by 2 ST by square root of n plus or minus. Hello? Are you buझिएला?
Yes, sir.
So actually in this case you have a doubt. Then let me do one subtle question for you. Then I will discuss which I have skipped. It is not in your course, but you should know, because in future nobody will tell you. Independent, not necessarily till then right. This is for subtle question. I studied some for it. Okay, right. Now right. Right. This is the last article of your book. Odd ratio. I will not go for the problem here. Only write the notes. Odd ratio. If an event A has probability P, right? If an event A as probability PA, then the odd of A equal to probability of A divided by 1 minus probability of A. Probability of A by divided by 1 minus this 1 minus PA. That you can get in exam, you will get the short time question from this. So if I solve these things, I can write odd A minus probability of odd A plus what equal to probability of A. That implies probability of A plus probability of A odd A equal to odd A. That implies probability A common 1 plus odd A equal to odd A. That means probability of A equal to odd A by 1 plus odd A. This is the result. So maybe certain question, what is the formula of probability of an event in terms of its odd? So you write this formula. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then what is odd ratio? Now write odd D condition X. What is the formula? So what is odd of A? And what is odd of A? Probability of A by 1 minus probability of A. So odd of D condition X. What is it? Probability of D condition X by 1 minus probability of D condition X. Okay. Then what is the odd of D condition X bar? This is probability of D condition X bar by 1 minus probability D condition X bar. So the odd ratio is, like the odd ratio is equal to denoted by delta. It is odd D condition X, any event condition another event, by odd of that event condition its complement. Okay, write down short example. So this is all about your course. I am taking one example. General example. Sorry, time is. Right? B bar B X bar X. This is phi 0 0, phi 0 1, phi 1 0, phi 1 1. Okay. Then now tell me what is probability of D condition X? कौन है? Anybody? What is the formula? B intersection X by probability of X. Hello.
Yes.
What is D intersection X? Dx. This is D intersection X. Phi 1 1. What is Px? Px is this plus this. Phi 1 0 plus phi 1 1. Hello? बुझेला? अरे last class we have discussed independence.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, my question is find the odd ratio. For odd ratio, I have taken P d by x. What I have taken next one? D condition x bar. D condition x bar. What is the formula? Probability of D intersection x bar by probability of x bar. What is D intersection x bar? D x bar. This is intersection. So pi 0 1. What is Px bar? Px bar means this line, this plus this. Pi 0 0 plus pi 0. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, odd d by x. My question is, you will find the odd ratio. What is odd ratio? What is odd ratio? Odd ratio equal to odd
D by x.
by odd d condition x bar. Make it equation 1. Now, odd d by x. What is odd d by x? And what is odd d by x? Hello?
Probability of d by x
Okay.
by 1 minus probability by.
Or, and I have not written any digit here. So, in this example, you can find any value. I have if you write 2, 3, 4, 5, then in exam also you get it. Or d by x. What is the formula? Probability d by x by 1 minus probability d by x. What is probability d by x? Pi 1 1, pi 1 0, pi 1 1 divided by 1 minus pi 1 1, pi 1 0, pi 1 1. If you solve these things,